Hey there. Welcome to episode number 4 of Conversations with Christal. And today we are talking about one of my favorite topics. And it's going to sound weird when I share with you that we're talking about failure. You're probably like, why do you want to talk about that? And the reason being is it's something that most entrepreneurs fear, the fear of failure. And I'm going to share with you today 3 concepts about failure, 3 things about failure. And my goal is by the end of this show, you're going to have maybe a clearer understanding of how you can look at failure and move forward in a more positive light. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So, what failure is not? It's not personal. Okay. So, when something, you plan something in your business and it doesn't go the way that you want, even in life, right? Just in general, even if it's something not in your business, you plan something, you maybe had your hopes up high, maybe you prepared for it for a long time, you put a lot of work into it, you researched all the things, right? Now, if it doesn't work out the way that you hoped it does, I'm going to keep that in. That literally made no sense. Hoped it does. Yep. No editing, keeping that right in there. And my kids singing ABCs in the background. Hey, let's do it. Okay. So when things don't happen the way that you plan, and my phone's going off. You know what? Keeping it all in. This is real life. This is real life. Here we are. We're going to do this. So, failure is not a reflection of you personally. What failure is data, it's information. So, let's say you put something out there. For example, let's say you put together a Facebook ad. You got this great checklist that you put together, or a resource guide, or a little um, cheat sheet you've put together for your audience, and you're super excited about it, and you're running Facebook ads for the first time, and your results aren't what you thought they would be. It's okay, because what that's telling you is that there's probably some things that you need to change in that ad. That's all that means. It doesn't mean that you're horrible at this, you don't know what you're doing, this business is doomed, I knew I shouldn't have started this business, this is confirmation, right? I want you to be really careful in that type of thinking, because when you let that type of thinking, sink in, you will find evidence for it. It's like confirmation bias. You are looking around, finding evidence to support stinking thinking. And I want to move you away from that. So, failure is not personal. Failure is data and information. Because if we go back to the example with the Facebook ad, maybe you had too many images in the ad, and maybe your audience may respond better to more content, more information about whatever the item is in the ad that you're trying to get them to take action on. Okay, so take some time, review what you're doing, and or review the results of whatever it is that you put out there, and look at how you could do it differently. But don't get into this thing where you just kind of crawl back into your shell and, woe was me, I knew this wasn't going to work. The third thing just kind of really ties into what we're talking about: having a healthy relationship with failure. I want you to have a tolerance for failure, build that muscle of being able to tolerate failure in your business. Because even though I know you can experience failure in any area of your life, or your perception of failure, when we're thinking about business, that is going to be a part of your journey. I just want to give you a heads up. Things are not going to always work out the way that you planned. You're going to hear no when you pitch yourself, you pitch your business, pitch your services to others. And that is okay. That is part of the process. That helps you learn how to refine and get connected to your audience even more. So that way you can approach it even smarter, right? Even more efficiently the next time that you do it. I like to think of the entrepreneurial journey as taking a road trip. And on the road trip, sometimes you have to stop at a stoplight. And just imagine you're sitting in the driver's seat waiting for the light to turn green. But before that happens, you hear the back door open and you look back and there's doubt. Doubt just got in the back seat. Oh, there's imposter syndrome. There is uncertainty back there. There's the fear of failure. They just got in. And I want you to consider, instead of screaming at them to get out the car, pumping on the brakes, trying to get them out the car, yelling at them, I want you to consider acknowledging them and understanding that sometimes they're just going to be along for the journey. Don't try to resist it. Acknowledge them. Just say, okay, I know you guys are about back there. I know that at the basic level of things, that's just my brain trying to protect me. I'm starting this new thing, and it means that I have to put myself out there and do new things, and my brain is trying to save me. My brain is like, hold on, what are you doing? This is new. This is new territory. Are we going to be safe? And so that's just your brain doing its, what it was created to do, keep you safe. But in this regard, we know that the lion isn't about to eat us. We are going to be okay going live on Facebook. It's going to be okay if we send an email to our subscribers. And so I want you really to just kind of think of that fun little visual of you driving in your car on your entrepreneurial journey. And sometimes you're going to have some unwanted visitors in the car with you. Don't resist them. Just move forward, understanding that sometimes they will be a part of the journey, and acknowledge them. Allow, them to, those feelings to come up, feel it, sense it. What does that feel like? And move forward with it, through it. And I promise you, if you really work on making that a habit, building that muscle, that you'll be better off for it, and you'll spend less time sulking or, you know, negative self talk, being hard on yourself about when things don't go your way in business. So, um, those are just the three things that I wanted to share today. What failure is not personal. What failure is, it's data, it's information. And then having a healthy relationship with failure, having a tolerance for it. And really, at the end of the day, I want you to look at your business like this: all of the experiences that you're having and will have on this exciting journey of entrepreneurship, because this should be fun, right? This is something that you have decided to create because you have a passion for it, you love doing it, you love helping others, and you get to really exist in alignment with this skill or this talent that you have to help others, right? So I want you to think of it as your building is not your building, your business is basically sitting on top of the failures. But you're at the mountaintop, right? But you, along the way, that foundation includes successes and failures. It was a part of the journey. But you have a beautiful business one day, and just think of it looking down at the foundation, and that failure and success were a part of that foundation to build that business to where you want it to be one day. Okay, that is it for today's show. I would love, love, love to hear any questions that you have about failure, and just what your experience has been with it. Maybe you have a recent story, a recent experience with it, and I just would love to hear um, what's on your mind, and let's have a conversation about it. Heads up that beginning with the next episode, I am going to begin answering viewer questions. So they are starting to come in, and I'm so excited about it. So starting with the next episode, I will begin to answer what I will call the VIP segment, right? So VIP segment will be my time to answer questions that viewers have sent in. So make sure that you keep sending them in. I'm so excited about that part of this show. Okay, everyone, that is it. Remember, you have the opportunity to look at failure as data and information. It is never about you personally. I really want to drive that home. All right, everyone, that is it for today's show. And remember, you got this, and I believe in you. Bye.